You know when you have knocked it out of the park? It's sailing over the fence like Babe Ruth knocked 714 home runs. Or later, 60 years later, Hank Aaron belts home run 715. You have knocked it out of the park and it's sailing over the fence. That's how I feel today. Why? Because I had some private time. I had private company. With Brad Pitt. Let me tell you how it went down. I had my private time with Brad Pitt in a cocktail lounge in Miami Beach, Florida. Now, I had heard through the grapevine that this is where Brad Pitt would go and relax. It's his own special little nightclub down in Miami Beach. You know, I had an insider tip, a little note someone passed to me while I was walking along the street, telling me where Brad Pitt likes to get a little R&R, rest and recreation. Brad Pitt is a hero of mine. Ever since I saw him in 12 Monkeys and the way he just shined. Talk about knock it out of the park. He knocked it out of the park when he was that Brad Pitt. I mean, that crazy. He was doing that the whole movie. Now, initially, it bugged the hell out of me. But after a while, I fell into a trance. That's what Brad Pitt does for me. He takes me and puts me in a trance. And he had that weird eye. As an actor, I feel a special affiliation for anybody that's got that much talent, who can instantly take me there by means of his hands. Oh. So when I went up to him, well, first, there were two bodyguards. It was one of those tables off to the side, but also still somewhat in the center of the action. And he was sitting there by himself. There was a kind of ultraviolet light cascading around him in the hues of pink, lavender, orange, green. Just like Brad Pitt in 12 Monkeys with his hands. That's what the light was like. Whoa. So he was sitting in one of those booths, we call them booths, like half of a C. Imagine the letter C, half of a circle. But the booth was just entirely his. Right? And he was sitting at the center of the C, right? So if you imagine him here, and this is the center of the C, and the C goes like this, there's 8 feet of C right here, and 8 feet of C right here, and then bodyguard, like this. Like this, big, chunky dudes, very stern, like stone buffaloes. They're sitting there like this. Except there's no expression on their face. So give me a second while I find the proper visage, the physiognomy. That's how I come up to the table. I'm like, yo, Brad, what's up? I heard that you would be here. I am awfully happy to meet you. My name is Mark Benet, and I am one of your biggest fans, man. Like Edward Scissorhands. I'm like, you recognize that? That is you in the 12 Monkeys. He smiles at me, puts down his fork and knife, sits back, chewing on his food. Steak. And then he goes like this. Puts his fork and knife down, chews on the food, and then goes like this. And he motions to his bodyguards. It's cool. So I go into the booth from the lower corner of a C, and I sidle up to him. And I'm like, what are you eating, man? He's like, steak. I'm like, yeah, I see that. How is it? Good. Right. And he's drinking some kind of red wine. And I'm like, well, I am your biggest fan, especially since I saw you in 12 Monkeys, and man, I really love what you do with your hands in 12 Monkeys. And I was like, Brad, do you ever notice that the lights in this lounge are the same way? You have like, it's a laser light show. Like you can imagine what they were doing at the first Pink Floyd concert. It's like got the pink and the orange and the ultraviolet and the purple, like Edward Scissorhands pyrotechnics. He's like, yeah, man, I noticed that. I said, Brad, are you always stoned? Is that why you're such a cool guy? He's like, yeah, man, I'm always stoned. I'm like, all right, well, Brad, man, I want to talk to you a little bit. Because you look all depressed over here, and you were like a super mega A-list star. And I'm like, did it start going downhill for you when you did that video shoot for Chanel? I don't know what it was, no, cologne. It was some kind of cologne. I forgot the name of the cologne. I was going a little crazy. I can't even remember the name of the cologne right now, but I was so nervous. My hands were shaking like this. I couldn't remember the cologne. I was like, didn't you get like $20 million for that video shoot just doing a cologne? He's like, yeah, I did. Yeah, man, I did. I'm like, did it go downhill for you ever since you did that shoot with the cologne? I mean, like, didn't you feel like you were kind of selling out, like prostituting yourself for the cologne, man? Or, you know? And I said, I'm gonna take out some of your bodyguards if I'm not careful. I'm feeling like Bruce Lee over here. It's just ever since I saw you in 12 Monkeys with your hands, it's been crazy for me ever since. I said, Brad, I think you're really depressed. Are you depressed? Have you been smoking enough pot lately? Or maybe you are depressed because you're smoking so much pot? You tell me what's going on with you, Brad. He's like, well, it's hard to say because I've been smoking so much pot for so long. I can't tell if it's causing depression or it's the only thing that keeps me from killing myself because I'm depressed all the time anyways, and pot's what makes me feel good. And he was really sedate, and I was like, Brad, dude, you're so sedate. But in the movies, you're like 12 Monkeys, man. He's like, yeah, I know I've been falling on some hard times. And I was like, was it because of the video where you're selling the cologne and you got $20 million for that cologne and you sold out? He's like, yeah, maybe, no. Yeah, no. And I was like, okay, man, well, let's just break it down. Let's have a conversation here. What's it like being you? Actually, I know what it's like being you. Can I tell you what it's like being you? And he's like, sure, man. Cuts himself a piece of steak. Gets a goblet of wine. Tell me what it's like being me. Well, Brad, it's not easy being you. Because you're a really talented guy. And when you first started, you were so raw, man, and you had so much skill, man. The way that you commanded the screen, man. You got roles, and you were so good, man. But like all those A-list celebrities, what happened is after time, you became a product of the studios, and they started lining you up with scripts that kind of sucked and didn't demand as much of your skill set, right? That you were just basically used as a variable in an equation that generated profit for the studio. it didn't really maximize on your maximize on your skill set, on your talent. So here you are, you're going to work and you're stamping a time card like any of us other motherfuckers. I'm like, am I breaking it down? Am I slicing it down like it was Scissor Hands and 12 Monkeys? He's like cutting his steak, putting it in his mouth, drinking his goblet. Yeah, kinda. I'm like, but man, dude, you're so talented, man. But now, the next thing you know, you're gonna be doing like a fucking commercial like Samuel Jackson and Spike Lee and Charles Barkley for Capital One. You're gonna be completely castrated, aren't you? Huh? Because you got to the point, right? When you were skillful enough to break through and you got the looks and you got the skill, the madness with the hands. They all wanted you. They wanted to put you in their movies. And now you're making money for them. And then you bought all these cars and houses and swimming pools. And you got 20 kids with Angelina Jolie. And she's got all of her needs. And now it's just like you got so much financial responsibility. So much financial debt. That you're just gonna take whatever comes your way, whatever the studios want from you, and it's not about your talent anymore, it's about your marketability. You're a product, right? Right? You're a product now. You're not this anymore, man. You're not a ninja on the screen anymore, man. You are just a fucking brand name for a Hollywood studio. When you started off, you were so fucking with Scissor Hands, 12 Monkeys, Bruce Lee all together. Same thing happened to Morgan Freeman, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, all those guys. What's his name? Ed Norton. All those motherfuckers. William Hurt, Tim Roth. What's his name? You know who I'm talking about. That guy. You know, that guy. Happened to him too. I'll think of his name in a moment. What can I do for you, Brad? You have given me so much. Gary Oldman is the name of the guy. You have given me, Mel Gibson, you have given me so much, and I'm over here looking at you here in your own booth in the Miami Cocktail Lounge, and you look so depressed. You don't know if it's your pot or that's just the way it is for you. You got all these financial obligations, you're drowning in debt, all these material possessions, and you are not happy and you are not able. Brad, focus. Bring it in here. Focus for me, Brad. What? Yeah, man, come on. I'm over here now. Talk to me here. You're not happy, Brad. You used to be a megastar, but now you're just doing the bidding of the movie studio corporate overlords. They're just using you, man. Yeah, man. I know. They've been using me for a while now, man. And I don't even feel like I got any more talent. I mean, yeah. Most of my movies, I'm just going through stock reserve of cliches that I've done 100 times before. And I gotta go through all this training to do all this martial arts crap. What? Really? I thought that was Keanu Reeves. Yeah, man, we're all the same. We have to do it all the time. It's not about acting. It's about doing special effects and kung fu, and it's just whatever the studio thinks will make money. Really? Yeah, I know that's why you're depressed, and I know that's why I found you. Because I feel like you're not giving us your best art anymore. All you're really doing is showing up, clocking in, phoning it in, and just going up there and just delivering cliche stock characters, and it's killing me, man. Because I know where you started, man. I know how talented you used to be. And that's when I said, fuck it, man. We gotta shake this shit up. I gotta liberate you, man. You have given me so much in my life. I gotta liberate you, brother. I gotta liberate you. And that's when I said, listen, Brad, check out what I'm about to do. And I got up and I was like this. Edward Scissorhands, Bruce Lee, 12 Monkeys. I took out his bodyguard. I said, listen, man, these two guys, these two fuckers over here, those two fuckers right there, they gotta go. And I cleared out the whole nightclub with my kung fu. And I rescued Brad Pitt like he was a damsel in distress. You ever seen that painting, La Belle Don Sans Mercy or something like that? It's the damsel without mercy. She's on a horse. This painting happened in 1902, and she's kind of like looking down on a knight, and the knight is like this in an ecstatic trance, and La Belle Don Sans Mercy, she's in the dominant position. She's up on the horse. Well, Brad Pitt was the knight, and I was the damsel, but he was the damsel in distress, and I was the maiden rescuing him. He was the one who's supposed to be in power, the dominant figure in life and in that temporary relationship in that Miami cocktail club. But it was all turned around because he was stoned out of his mind, and he had been trampled upon by the movie executives of Universal, Legendary, Paramount, MGM, Sony, whatever, whoever, because he was just getting pimped out nowadays. He was just a prostitute. He wasn't relying upon his deep talent. He was going through the motions. Like I said, he was phoning it in. And when you're phoning it, you're phony. Brad was depressed. I said to him, listen, brother, I know where you are. I know what you're going through. I sympathize for you. And I grabbed him by the scruff, much like you would grab a kitten who's on the countertop and eating food it's not supposed to be eaten. And I grabbed him by the scruff. But like with kitties, I'm very, very tender and merciful. La Belle Don Sans Mercy. And I took Brad Pitt by the scruff of the neck. I put him in a very, very gentle headlock. And I escorted him outside the back of the nightclub into an alley. And then pushed him. And I said, you're free, motherfucker.